friends. Welcome to day 29. Living well and spending zero. I'm doing low spend, no spend, low spend, no spend, as you know. Anyway, today we're going to talk just briefly. This is going to be not a very long topic, but it's going to be kind of a long homework assignment if you're up to it. And today we're going to talk about assessing your budget or reassessing your budget. And even if you have a budget, with the things that we've learned in the past 28 days, it's imperative that you look over your budget and see where else you can improve. I know I can improve on my budget. There's some things that I have been remiss in doing that I keep talking about. One of them is looking at my DirecTV bill and maybe thinking of other avenues to go, because that's $120 a month. That's a lot of money. And like this time of the year, there's really nothing on that I watch. I don't watch sports. There's certain shows that I do enjoy watching, but from what I'm seeing, I've done a little bit of research on it, but from what I'm seeing, I could find a much cheaper alternative than spending $120 a month just to watch TV. Now, I'm not a huge TV watcher. I do watch it every day. I don't turn it on during the day at all. I do watch YouTube during the day. I watch my favorite channels. I like interacting with my friends here on YouTube. I really enjoy that. So that's something I don't want to give up. But I don't sit down to watch TV until about 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And then I watch a couple of hours of TV shows that I enjoy. But this time of the year, there is really nothing on, and I'm just kind of wasting the money. So I have to look at that. I want to look and see if I can find some cheaper car insurance. I drive a really old car. It's a 2006 Sebring convertible, and it's really getting a bit dilapidated, the body anyway. It runs great. So I don't have any intention of getting a new car right now. And then even then, I never get a new car. I always get a used car with low mileage. I've always done that. And this car had 4,000 miles on it when I bought it. It was a demo, and I have not been disappointed at all with this car. But she's getting old and she's getting tired, and eventually the body is really starting to fall apart. So I'm going to have to think about starting to put some money in a fund just for another car. Now, I won't personally go out and spend $30,000, $40,000 on a car. First of all, I can't afford that. And secondly, I have no desire to do that. But, you know, if you love to drive new cars, then that's great. Just put it in your budget and make sure it's actually something that you can pay for. Now, as far as my groceries, I have cut way back on those because it got to the point where I had so much food in my house that I didn't want to waste it. And as you know, things do go bad. You get freezer burn, or so I've learned a lot about that this past month. So I will be changing my grocery budget allowance. I've never had an allowance before. If I wanted something, I bought it. Didn't matter. And for one person, I really have I have too much food that I have to use up. So I may go another month on the pantry cooking. First of all, I enjoy doing that. And secondly, I need to start using some of this food up because I do not want to throw it away. So I need to sit and look at my budget And that is the assignment for today is assess and reassess your budget. Where can you cut back? Where can you switch it around? And that's not saying you have to give up everything you like to do. That's not what we're talking about here. Maybe in the future you want to do another low spend, no spend. Excuse me. I know I will do that because I have to start thinking about my family, and Christmas is coming up. Now on that, I already cut way back a couple of years ago. It's been actually a little longer than that because I used to go crazy with Christmas. I mean, I spent way too much money on Christmas. And then one Christmas, especially with the grandkids, you know, I just went out and I shopped and I bought them way too many toys. And then one Christmas, pretty much everybody in the family, the other grandmother was doing that, and they had so many toys. They literally looked at everything for 10 seconds and then they went on to the next thing. And I thought, what are we teaching these young kids by doing that? I don't think personally that that's a good practice. So I cut way back on that, and you know, they still enjoy their gifts and I enjoy giving it to them, but I don't want to teach my grandchildren that, you know, that the excess is normal, because it isn't normal. So it's just my opinion. If that's something you like to do, then no offense meant. But in my opinion, I don't want to spend that much money on those things anymore. So I have a budget now that I spend on each one of my grandchildren, each one of my children, my mother, and I have a couple friends that I give little token gifts to, and I really enjoy giving. I love to give. So, but the excess, the problem is if you give somebody an excess of things, their house gets so cluttered, you know, that really you're contributing to their clutter problem. So I usually ask my children, you know, what is it that you really want? And if it's in my budget, then that's what I get them. I no longer go out and buy random gifts. Oh, I think this sweater would be nice, or this would be this or that. Or I give a gift of money, and that's always appreciated. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do this year with the holidays and with birthdays. And let me see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Oh, yes. And I'll put these two web addresses in the description box below. But she suggests today's assignment is to go on the website, and they have a budget worksheet that you can print off. And they also have more advice on how to cut back your expenses. And that's another address that I will also link below. One is the Beginner's Guide to Savings, and it's I think it's like a 4-week plan. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's got like different weeks where it'll teach you more about savings. But here is what the monthly budget looks like. And as I said, you can go on their website and print that off. There's part 1. And here's part 2. Part 2 addresses insurance, health, personal, which is personal care, books and supplies, yada, yada. Your debts are on there. And page 1 had charity, savings, housing, utilities, food, clothing, and transportation. So they're all on there. Or if you have a budget book that you like these planners, I know a lot of the planners have budget pages that whatever appeals to you. Or you can just pencil and paper. That's pretty much what I do. I take a calendar page and I write I print those out, and they're the size of a notebook, and I write my bills that are due in there and how much I paid. If I spent any money that day, I will put that on there, and I will show you my budget book again, but I did do a video on my budget book, and I'll try to link the video below for that as well. So, okay, that's all I have for today. And tomorrow's assignment is going to be day 30, and that will address planning for the future. So I'm surmising that's going to be, paying your debts and savings and things like that. So we only, after today, have 2 more days. And day 31, I'll just briefly tell you what that's about. And it's about what not to do now. So we don't want to undo everything that we've worked so hard and learned and assimilated into our daily routine. So that'll be the end of it, and or will it be the beginning? I like to think of it, it's going to be the beginning. It's going to be the beginning of a new adventure. And we know how I like adventures. So anyway, my friends, that's all I have for you today. And I'm very appreciative that if you've come back to my channel and you've been watching my videos, I want to thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I love to interact with people and make new friends here on YouTube. So that's all I have for you today. And I just want to tell everyone I love you guys, and I want to wish you abundant blessings. And I'll see you next time.